I actually got stuck and I missed shift. You watch it. I nearly get killed here. Look, I'm like, what?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Liam or Weagle on your Overwatch, back with a new video today. We're going to be going through the placements in Season 4 and why some of you guys are unhappy with your placements. I'm going to explain how they work, why they work like that, and also some upcoming changes that are going to make some significant impacts on who you play with, why you play with them, ranking up, all kinds of different things. So we're going to start with placements, and a lot of people at the minute are upset because they're being placed in a similar place to where they finished last season. So what they didn't want to do this time round is completely reset the matchmaking system. Now, we hope they would, but they haven't. So what they've done is they've kept your current MMR. So the game behind the scenes thinks you're at a certain rank. So if you win all of your placements, you'll be placed around where you finished. If you lose a couple, then you'll be maybe 100 SR off. But they don't want to put you in exactly the same place. Now, there's also some things in place so that you can actually rank up a little bit quicker once you've been placed. But they just want you to be around the same place as you were before. They don't want to inflate you up. And I think that's what some people expected, is to win most of their placements and then all of a sudden they'd be placed in Masters. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that because there's a hidden system of your skill rating alongside the current skill rating that you're actually shown. So if you were in Bronze last season, when you play, it doesn't matter if you win 10 of your placements, you're still going to be in Bronze, unfortunately. You know, you might get a bit lucky, you might get put up to Silver. There's not going to be a big difference. And on the flip side to that, if you place and lose most of them, again, yeah, you might be 200 or 300, maybe 400 SR lower, but if you were in GM last season, you won't now be in Silver, even if you lose all of them. That's just not how it works. Now, there's different reasons for that. It could be because sometimes you just lose a lot of games in the row, and Blizzard know that, and they want to balance it and try and make it fair. So they didn't reset the system completely, which to some, including me a little bit, is like, well, why have separate seasons? But they do want to jiggle people around a little bit to try and make it fairer. So that's why you guys are being placed where you are, that you're just going to be in the same place and try and have to grind out from there, unfortunately. Now, a very good example of this happening is I played all 10 placements with my friend Eddie, and I got placed in Masters again, and he got placed in Plat, even though we played the exact same 10 games. Now, I don't agree with this system, but that's how it works, and I thought I'd explain it to you guys that don't understand. You can let me know in the comments what you think to it, but right now, that's just how it's going to be for the foreseeable future. Now, the next thing that's very interesting to go through is the post by principal designer Scott Mercer. He talks a lot on the forums about the game's matchmaking, how to balance it, etc. And there's some very, very interesting stats that I want to talk about that he showed. Also, some of the things he said are pretty cool, and some of them I'm not sure we agree with, but they're interesting nonetheless. So, one thing that I found very interesting was the fact that so many people were outraged about the skill decay in the matchmaking system being buffed up. So you have to play 7 games a week in order to stay at your rank. Now, this is one to stop smurfs, but also just to make sure the people that are in the top 13% or 14% are actually at the right place, which is the point he tries to make in this post, is that if you look at the numbers, the amount of people this affects is actually nearly only 10% of the entire player base. So most people aren't affected by this at all. Now, I agree, what if you go on holiday? What if you have exams? What if you have work that whole week? Well, it's just kind of tough, unfortunately. There's not much you can do about it. They're going to keep this system for a while. It does stop smurfs playing, and it also makes the top percents of the player base actually play for their rank, because what was happening before was someone will get on a win streak, get to 4,300, and then only have to play once a week. They could then keep that rank for a very long time, even if they lost that one game they played every week, because it would take so long to actually get below GM. Therefore, they would keep their rank set up a smurf and then bully people in lower ranks until they got that to a high point too. So what they're trying to do is eradicate that, and I think it works for the most part. But there's something I find very important in this post, and it's something we talk about a lot, and that is playing the game as a team. Now, I don't know if they're planning on bringing a team queue. They have teased at it and mentioned it, and hopefully they'll do it so that people that want to play in a team environment can do so. But they're doing something that's going to make it very, very punishing for anyone in a 6-stack above around the diamond rank. They said they're not going to compromise as much anymore. So the matchmaker will no longer just throw you in a game after a certain amount of time. It's always going to try and find the fairest game possible. Now, the issue with this is that if you are in that top few percent of people and you want to play with your friends, he even says it himself, you may physically not be able to find a game. Now, This was very difficult before this changed. I think it's coming up this week. Before this even is going to happen, this is an issue. If you are trying to trio or quad stack above Masters, if you manage to find a game at all, generally you're going to be forced against some of the best players in the world. It's very, very difficult to be able to win in that situation. Now, this may not happen anymore with this new system. The only issue is you literally won't be able to find a game if you're above a certain rank. Now, this doesn't affect lower ranked players as much. In fact, it's probably better for you. If you play in like a 6 stack, you still may have to wait a while to find a game, but generally the games are going to be fairer because there will be people 6 stacking, as it's not only the top few percent. But if you're in the higher end of things and you want to learn the game better, you're simply going to have to wait for a team queue, or you're going to have to go and scrim in private matches, which is something we've been doing on our live streams, where we will just play with our viewers, get 6 stacks in and just learn the game and have fun that way. And right now, guys, if you want to rank up within this system, it's even said in this post, don't play in queues. Don't learn the game as a team. Learn the matchmaking meta. Learn the solo queue meta, which we've talked about to death, and we would love more team play, but in this current system, that's not how it's going to be, unfortunately. And the best ways to play the game and get better at it will have to be at the minute in private matches or at lower levels of play. I mentioned this before, there's plenty of 6 stackers at Diamond that are much better than many GMs I play with. The problem with it is the 6 stackers are constantly being thrown up against pros and top 10s and top 20s at the game to try and even them out. So it may not do that as much now, but you actually won't be able to find a game at all, and you could see yourself in half-an-hour queues to get one game against a potentially very good team. What they're actually trying to do with this is they're trying to do it so that people can't abuse the system. What some 6 stackers would do, especially high-level GMs, is they would search at a particular time of day when no one's online, and it would force them against platinums and they would inflate their rank. The issue is only a very few amount of people were doing that, and in order to fix that, it looks like people in the top 5% or so are going to be punished trying to play in a team. So hopefully they'll bring a team queue sometime soon. That way we can have the best of both worlds, and I think it would make a lot of people happy. Now, I've tried not to throw my opinion into this video too much because there's a lot of strong stuff here that some of it we love and some of it not so much. The meta and the game is playing great right now, but in terms of team play, it's actually better to just duo queue with your buddy and try and carry solo. It's not such a team game right now, and a team queue would be great in the future. So that's why I've kept my opinion out of it. I just want to let you guys know what's going on and why it's happening. Don't be too bummed out. They didn't reset the system, so people thought that they could just go and win their 10 placements and they'd probably get placed Diamond and they could grind up. I'm sorry if you're one of them guys in some of the lower ranks that are struggling to get out. I've been there too, and it took so much work in order to get to GM and stuff. I understand the grind a lot, but you will get there eventually, but it does take a lot of hours. In terms of team play, playing with your buddies, if you're stuck at Diamond and you're in a 6 stack, you're probably one of the best 6 stacks out there in matchmaking, because it will be wrecking you with people to play against. I know, I've seen this too. So let me know what you think. I really want to hear the community's opinion on this, because some of it's cool, some of it not so much. Please give us a 6 stack queue, Blizzard. I just want to play with my friends and not be punished for it. And then people that don't want to play like that also have their own option too. And I think that's the best of both worlds. Let me know what you think. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys enjoy. Check out our Twitch, our Twitter, and our Discord, where you can find the Orisa main of your dreams. Be sure to have a great day as always, guys. Take care and peace, people.